excellence and professionalism, and that I will work every day to serve as a faithful steward of that office who aims to build upon its strong foundations and pass it off stronger to its future leadership. Thank you again for your time today, and I look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Mr. Morrissey. I'll start with you, Mr. Barloon. As USTR's former general counsel, you supervised U.S. litigation in the WTO dispute settlement system. It's not a perfect system, particularly because many disputes drag on for years, but it can be a useful tool, particularly for expanding agricultural market access. While I understand there's a need to reform WTO dispute settlement, we should not discount it as a tool altogether. If confirmed, would you support the United States pursuing offensive WTO cases where appropriate, particularly for America's agriculture industries?
Thank you for that question, Chairman Crapo. And yes, most definitely, I will do so. During my time in the first Trump administration, we did pursue disputes at the WTO. I don't believe there are disputes pursued more recently, but I certainly think that there is a role for the WTO dispute settlement system, particularly to gain access for our farmers and our businesses.
Thank you. And the prior administration abandoned key long-standing digital trade commitments in the e-commerce negotiations at the WTO. These included 1, promoting the free flow of data, 2, combating forced data localization, 3, preventing forced technology transfer, and 4, promoting open competitive markets for digital goods and services. Can we expect to see the USTR actively promote these digital trade commitments at the WTO, particularly and especially given the policy vacuum that China and Russia will otherwise fill?
Thank you for that question, Senator. Yes, I believe that advancing digital trade should be a key component of U.S. trade policy. And I believe that there are many areas, such as the ones you mentioned, and then discriminatory policies of some of our trading partners regarding digital trade in our companies that need to be addressed at the WTO. And I very much would look forward to working with you in your office if I'm confirmed on that issue.
Thank you very much. And Ms. Dillon, the Democrats' Special Financial Assistance Program, which you referenced in your testimony, provided nearly $90 billion to pay for failing multi-employer plans without requiring any reforms to how those plans operate. As a result, the shortcomings of the multi-employer system remain. Although the PBGC does not create policy, Congress does rely on the PBGC for technical assistance, and this committee would value your insight. Can you discuss the changes Congress should consider, in your opinion, to strengthen the multi-employer pension system?
Well, thank you, Senator, for that question. And I agree with your statement that the Special Financial Assistance Program, while it certainly provided benefits to the members of those multi-employer plans that were in critical financial condition, what it didn't do was address the overall structural issues with the multi-employer pension plan system. And so while the programs that qualify for the special financial assistance have received funds, there is still an issue of the remaining program. And so if I am confirmed, I would want to work with the experts at the PBGC to provide input and technical assistance to the policymakers in Congress to address the continuing issues with the multi-employer pension plan system.
Thank you very much. And Mr. Morrissey, in your role as Deputy General Counsel during the first Trump administration, you undoubtedly became very involved in what we now fondly call the TCJA, Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, which is going to expire at the end of this year if we do not extend it. You advised leaders across the department on a broad range of legal issues that arise from the many important programmatic and policy responsibilities that Congress has entrusted to the department in that law as well as others. Can you please discuss how your experience in the first administration will help you as you advise Treasury personnel on regulations and guidance related to this forthcoming tax legislation?
Yes, Chairman Crapo, thank you for the question. I think it's important in any year when Congress is considering tax legislation, as you mentioned in TCJA and the potential negotiations that are going on now, that the Legal Division of Treasury is working proactively with the IRS and the Office of Tax Policy, that if there is new legislation passed, we're working with them to get rules and guidance out that are appropriate for taxpayers and their preparers, and that we're doing it swiftly so that preparers can rely on that in the next tax season.
Thank you very much. Senator Wyden.